What we have here is a complete buffalo hide. You can see that it has all the hair on it, but it has been tanned so that you can see underneath here it's soft and pliable. It's also very heavy because it is the whole buffalo. You can tell that it has the different colors of hair. Some of the darker hair is up more by the hump of the buffalo. The Indians that lived in this part of the world, they also planted crops. And one of the crops that they planted was corn. One of the things that you can see from this corn is that it's a lot smaller than the corn that we eat now. Sometimes the corn was different colors and they're multicolored, so these are just the different kinds of corn that they planted to eat. And so they would take the corn off the cob, dry it, and then grind it up to kind of use as flour. Another tool that the Indians had, this is made of bone. This side is real rough, and you can tell that it's a bone. This side has been polished down, and it's smooth. You see that it comes to a point here. This point is what is going to be used to make holes in the tanned leather so that you can tie one thing to another. This is what they would use to do that. Now, the Indians used tools for weapons. This is an arrowhead, and it's made from rock. And you can see that it has been chiseled. This part of the arrow, that's where the wood part of the arrow would be attached. The next thing we have here is the Indians' cooking pot. It is the buffalo's stomach. They would hang it on this tripod and then they would cook. Now, how are you going to put a fire under this to cook this without burning up the stomach part of it? Because it would burn. Well, the Indians were very, very smart. And this is what they did to heat their stones to cook. They would have a fire under here. They would stack the stones up here and there's wood here, and then there's stones, and they would get these stones really, really, really hot, and then they would take the stones and put them inside the stomach. And so instead of having the heat come from a fire outside, the heat to cook the food came from the stones that they put in there. And of course, they would use the parts of the buffalo to pick up the stones and to carry the stones over there. The Indian group that lived here in Wichita was called the Wichita Indians. The Wichita Indians had a tradition of tattooing themselves. If any of you guys play baseball or football, you might see the men and women put some black underneath their eyes. It kind of helps with the sun and the glare. That's the purpose of this tattooing around the eye. It wasn't just the men that got tattooed, it was also the women. We noticed that, and we're talking about the women here, it was the women who did most of the work of taking care of the buffalo and doing the cooking, tanning the hides, scraping the hides, and those kinds of things. So the women were important too, and they had their tattoo as well.
Wow, what a presentation. Did you learn something new today? I know I did, and there's plenty more where that came from because we have more episodes coming up on our Adventure in Time virtual museum tour series.